That's your noise.
Here, Pete, you back at all, Chesterly?
Nah. Here, by the way, Frank.
Yes.
Do us a favour. Give that to my captain.
Well, take it up to yourself, son.
Nah, I'm going to do it my way, OK?
Please yourself, mate. I can't hang about it. See, I mean about a dog.
Of course you have.
Oh, well. What is this there? Carnage to Animals Week, is it?
I'm just looking after them for a friend.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder which one he's got his money on.
Absolutely.
Hey, get them nasty creatures off the floor.
Be careful, Mama. Set Rolly on them, too.
Hey, Frank, just a minute. Don't go sloping off. I've got things to say to you about this used car nonsense. More debts hanging around your neck.
Hang on there, Mum. You're wasting your breath, darling. I'm off to set it off right now. Regardless what you and Pat think, if I miss this opportunity, I'll be kicking myself for the rest of my life. Have a nice day.
Morning, Kath. You're up early. Wish Pat would hurry up and get out of that bathroom. Kath, you know your brown blusher? I don't suppose I could borrow some, could I?
Yeah, of course, but I thought today was a school day.
So what's that got to do with it?
Look, do you think everyone's going to want breakfast?
You don't have to wait on them. You're a guest.
I know, but I want to make myself useful. I feel bad enough it is kicking Simon out of his room and getting in your way like this.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for you, I'd be in a lot more trouble than I already am. It's not fair, you know. Why does he come down harder on me than he does Ricky? All I did was walk home from the disco. Anyone would think he found me selling myself up west or something.
You can't blame your dad for worrying, though.
Oh, I don't blame him for that. I just blame him for stopping my allowance and keeping me in. Sharina, I feel sorry for that. I mean, her dad's only trying to break us out.
Yeah, but you're mates, aren't you?
Yeah, thinks the butchers are a bad influence, though. It's all Ricky's fault. He started it. Kath, don't suppose I could borrow a couple of quid, could I?
Go on, it's in my bag by the bed. And the blusher's in my makeup case.
Kath, you are an angel.
What's that young madam up to? Oh, nothing. She's a good kid. They talk to you, don't they, girls? Not like boys. Which reminds me, I've got to go and see Ian, you know. I feel so awkward going over Pauline's. I keep putting it off.
It ain't just Ian. You can't keep Pete hanging about much longer.
Look, I hope you don't mind me interfering with your kitchen, pal. She's going to earn me keep.
Kath, you've got to make your mind up one way or the other.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Get them out of here. Supposed
You
to
ain't
be
open yet.
You will be in a minute.
Look at them, purebred killers.
Yeah, I believe in it. Just to get them out of here.
Hey, don't go on like an old woman. The fight's up north tonight. I want you to see for yourself. We've got to find a pretty good excuse to stay away over there.
No. You have, you mean? Count me out of it. I never did go for dogs tearing bits out of each other.
You ain't getting the point. We're putting these two in as ringers. The odds are going to be sensational. We can't help but clean out.
I don't know. If Sue found out, I was going to
What
have
is the matter with you? You chicken or something? Letting Sue walk all over you like you always do?
No, I ain't.
I saw you gambling over 2 flies climbing up a wall.
What's that got to do with it?
You're losing your edge.
Listen, I just don't go for dog fights, okay?
Scared of blood, eh? And kick all the
Listen, just watch your mouth, okay? Just watch it.
Do you want to make money or don't you?
Of course I do. All right, I'll think about it. If you think the odds are going to be that good, I'll think about it, okay?
That's more like
All right,
it,
now just take them out of here. Go on, quick.
What lovely doggies.
Watch out, Dot, watch
I
out.
better not touch them because their hair gets down my lungs. Now, Ali, I want a cab to take Donna for an appointment with a counsellor. She ain't at all well. I'm not having her go on the bus.
I don't know why you're so cheerful. What on earth's going on?
I mean, I know you mean well, but...
She's been back. You haven't got a thing sorted yet. I just don't get it. My own sister-in-law, who I thought was me mate, not a word from her in weeks, and all of a sudden turns up bold as brass. And does she come to me? No. She goes and stays with your ex-wife, and I think the world's gone mad.
Look, she just wants to be somewhere neutral, away from the family, just till she...
Neutral? Your ex-wife's about as neutral as a bent ref.
Yeah, but what matters is that she's back. Look, just take it nice and easy now, nice and slowly. Not going to rush it like I did before. I'm going to call her like I did first time.
Yeah, well, to do that, you've got to see her first. She's holed up in that pub, hiding from all the family. She's avoiding me like the plague.
I've got all that in hand, sis. I'll give us a break.
I can't tell you how good it is to be back in the square. Even like this.
Oh, thanks a million.
Oh, you know what I mean. When I rang you and you said I could stop here, it was like being let out of prison. I suppose Den must feel like that, eh? I hope he's all right. God, that was another shock. I feel so out of it, so cut off. I mean, that pub in the city's only a couple of miles away, but it might as well have been on the moon. It's another world. I never felt so lonely and out of it in all my life.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Manners like pigs, eh? No, worse. Pigs don't chuck their food at each other. I thought when you told me, I thought that's not going to do her much good being surrounded by a load of yuppies, all behaving like greedy kids.
Yeah, and the language. I'd rather work in a boxing pub over Bermondsey. At least there you get treated like a lady, even if a lot of them are villains. Do you know, I nearly got the sack because I smacked some bloke who tried to grope me. They told me afterwards he was a judge. Thank God Pete never found out I was working and come in there. He'd have committed murder. He looked nearly out of ketchup.
Kathy, you ain't going back to him. You've got to let him down gently. Well, he's as happy as Larry right now. What else can you expect you coming back like that?
Well, I wasn't to know I was going to walk smack into his birthday party, was I?
Oh, I should have told you they was having it the night before. I feel sorry for him, Kath. Isn't that ironic? I walked out on him the first time. You must think I've got a hell of a cheek.
No, of course I don't. Oh, you took me in, didn't you? All right, Pat. I'll be honest with you. No, I'm sure. I want a divorce.
Yes, when I wrap your scarf round you, because you know how cold you get when them shivers come on. Now, the cab is all booked. It'll take you straight to the project, so don't you worry about a thing. Are you sure you don't want me to come with you? Because I can always ask Pauline if she'll change
No, it's
shifts.
all right. I'm not kidding.
Well, I'd feel better if you'd had a proper breakfast. You don't eat no more than a bird. Now, come straight to the laundrette. Let me know how you get on.
I will. Bye.
I'll have some nice 11s for you. I'll go to Baxter's. I'll get some of them special cream horns.
You're a fool to yourself, Doc Cotton.
Now, don't you start. I know what I'm doing. I should have thought you'd had more Christian charity. All that poor child needs is some love and understanding. Proper mothering, as you might say.
Oh, yes, and after she cheerfully killed her parents off just to get sympathy from us.
Telling lies is a symptom of her deep disturbance.
Oh, I can't stand here wasting my energy talking to you. I'll see you in the laundrette later, because I've got a bone to pick with you.
There you go.
Oh, cheers, mate. It's driving me spare, you know. I think I might have my breakfast here every morning.
Oh, goody. All the more profit for me.
You're a callous little git when you want to be, ain't you? It ain't natural, though, is it, Kathy and my mother deep in conversation every time I walk into a room? And to top it all, I have to share a room with that little nerd Ricky.
Nah, just leave me to it, mate. Ain't none of our business. I decided that a long time ago.
It'll end up that business, you just wait and
only
see.
if you let it. Anyway, I've got more important things to tell you. Me and Cindy have decided we're going to hold our engagement party here. I don't know why I didn't think of it before.
Oh, that's original, isn't it? Hey, why don't we put on the show right here in the barn?
Just give me one good reason why not.
Well, it's not exactly festive, is it? What about the music and that?
Hold on, look, we ain't having that sort of party, are we? Come on, something more chic for me and Cindy. More 1989, to go with the lifestyle we're aiming for.
What, Dick's dressed in suits, sipping cocktails and eating raw fish and seaweed?
If you're referring to sushi, it happens to be very fashionable.
Fashionable? A party's meant to be a laugh, Ian.
I'll admit it, you've got the ump because I nicked your girlfriend.
What do you mean you got got off overnight?
It's an offer we can't refuse.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Listen, they're willing to pay us a lot of money for delivering a package overnight, okay?
What sort of package? How do you know it isn't drugs?
Come on, don't be so stupid. Look, it's just some business papers they want delivered first thing in the morning, okay? And they're willing to pay us well over the odds.
So why is it taking two of you?
Because one to drive up and one to drive back down, okay? You didn't want me home by tomorrow night, didn't you?
No, Ali, actually, I wanted you home tonight. I was going to cook you a special meal, and I got that video we're going to look you for.
Sweetheart, we'll do it tomorrow night, okay?
No, we won't, Ali, because you'll be too knackered.
Sue, do you want this business to make money or don't you, huh?
All right, no need to shout.
Well, don't
I'm
make
going
me.
home. I'll see you later.
Ali, what happened to my cab?
Oh.
Doc booked it for 8
Come in,
o'clock
Oscar,
sharp. I'm
five,
going to be
Oscar,
late.
five.
I should
Come in,
have known
Oscar,
better
five.
to
Do you read me
tatty
over?
old cab. And it's been paid for.
Okay, Oscar, hello. He doesn't appear to have his radio switched on. I'm sorry, look.
What do you think you're playing at anyway, eh? Letting old Doc Cotton pay for taxis when you know she ain't got tuppence to put in her pocket. I mean, what's wrong with the bus, eh? Where you go round exploiting people?
Oh, what's it got to do with you? Ali, you're going to have to take me yourself. I've got to be there by half past.
Okay, Sue, take over, will you? Gives going to be here any minute.
I'll be waiting outside.
All right.
Ali, what are you doing? Running after that little bitch, mate. Go wait.
You don't want word to get round reliable, do you? Now, you know what vicious tongue she's got. Listen, I won't be long. All right. Sorry, Chief.
Glad you're driving. I wanted to talk to you.
Look, just get in, okay?
You don't mind me sitting in front, do you?
Suit yourself. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Have you gone mad or something? Just stop it.
You never used to mind me doing that.
Look, I'm warning you, okay?
You see, the thing is, Ali, I'm going to need some more money.
No chance.
I don't think Sue would like it.
Listen, you keep your big mouth shut, okay? Otherwise you'll be walking.
It's a leaving present for the coach. We've all got to bring something. You don't want to show me up in front of the old team, do you?
Oh, all right, but don't tell your father.
You don't believe him, do you?
I'm sorry.
I can't believe the way you always get away with it.
I don't. You're the one that's daddy's
Oh, sure I.
I'll pack it in the pair of yous. There you go.
Is that all?
That's all you're getting now, out. Kids.
I remember it was like with Ian. Mind you, it took me ages to get used to quiet when he left home.
Yeah, them two ain't so bad.
I suppose it was after that the rot set in.
Yeah, well, at least with kids you've got something to get up in the morning for. Spent too many mornings with just these for company. Or worse, trying to work out how to get rid of whoever I brought home the night before.
I'll hoover the bedrooms for you, shall I?
No, Kath, you won't. You'll sit down and have another cup of tea. There's a lot of things we ain't talked about yet.
You're really happy now, aren't you?
won't go so far as to say that. I've got to knock these on the head. My chest is getting terrible.
You ain't the Pat I used to know. When I think of the energy I wasted hating you.
Yeah, well, you had reason, didn't you? I'll say this, though. I'm all settled now. I don't want to say any more than that because somebody up there might hear and they've got a habit of making the sky fall in on your head if you do. Well, that reminds me. Get on the brewery about the state of that roof.
I learnt a lot about those sort of mornings the last couple of months. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Anything tasty?
No, not the blokes. Not that I didn't have offers, but weren't any good. I don't want Pete, but I don't want anyone else either. I just feel sort of dead inside. Oh, I don't know what I want.
Neither did I till Frank come back in my life and give me so many problems. I ain't got time to think about it, Kat. It'll sort itself out.
Will it? Do you know, when I heard Pete was in all that trouble, all I wanted to do was come back here and help him. But I knew if I came back because of pity, then, well, I'd be lost and I'd never get out again. You must think I'm a right bitch. It's fair enough, I suppose. That's what I used to think about you.
Yeah, well, I've learned this. People you think you hate are often more use to you than your friends. I learned that from Lou Beale.
Look, I'll start looking for a bedsit, Pat. I shouldn't have put all this on you, or even come back to the square for that matter. It's just that, well, this is the only place I really feel at home.
Kath, you can stay here as long as you want. You can pay me B&B rates. Well, that way you have to do something. You'll have to find work to get the rent together, right?
I suppose I could open a stall again if I bought ready-made stock and seconds and that. I've still got a bit saved up. I miss the market like mad. It was horrible being indoors all day in that pub. Get used to fresh air, don't you?
You don't mind giving us a hand if we get stuck there, do you?
No, of course I don't. I'd be glad to. But what about Simon? I mean, I've kicked him out of his room, and I.
Simon can like it or lump it. Well, he's a grown man, Kath. I spoiled him long enough. It's time he realised there's better things to life than just drifting about the way he does. Anyway, I'm talking economics here. With Frank's new airbrain scheme, we're going to need all the cash we can rake in.
Brace yourself, girl. It's all signed and sealed.
Do what?
Well, it's a gentleman's agreement anyway. Walter's willing to back me. Oh, and I trust him anywhere. As long as he gets his cut, and he will, darling, we can't lose.
What you on about?
Look, Walter gets old bangers in part exchange, right? Now, he doesn't want to spoil the looks of his showroom, so he's willing to let me sell them. Now, listen to this. I've got the car space, I've got the cars, and I've got me wits. Oh, baby, it's all coming back to me now. Kathy, Pete gave me this to give to you. Now, who can I get to do me a sign?
I don't know what you're going on about. What's Junior done now? Here, Aisha, go and
You
put
don't
this
say
on.
nothing. I mean, that's the point. It's his attitude.
Don't you think you're overreacting? He's only a little boy. I know you're tired,
Yeah, and it ain't right, this one coming in our bed at all hours. I mean, she's a sweetheart, aren't you, darling? But it's just not right.
her life's been completely disrupted. She's been shifted about like a parcel. She's bound to wake up at night.
Yeah, but it's becoming a habit. I mean, you're supposed to be the expert on all this, but even I know she shouldn't be doing that.
I've only been here 5 days. You could be a little bit more patient. Sit down, Aisha.
What? I'm trying to be as patient as I can. I mean, what with Junior glowering at me all evening and this one screaming all night? What do you want me to do?
You could try talking to him instead of burying your head in your music papers.
That's good, coming from you, who's the one that buries herself in her reports all night.
Now, that's not fair.
I think you've gone bananas. But if that's what you want, then I can't stop you. How much I have learned.
Oh, I'll make it up to you, my darling. I never realised how much I miss this, the old battle of wits with the punters, you know what I mean?
What wits? Who's got cash for cars round here?
They will have at the price I'll be selling them at, darling. I'm so excited. I'll take you around the Ruffton Pet.
What for? I know what Christmas old place looks like.
But you've got no sense of vision. I'm giving you the honour of sharing my dreams. This is just the beginning, Pet.
What of? The long road to Carey Street?
Oh, there's no I like it when you do a good one, darling. Nothing beats it. Nothing at all. Well, maybe one thing, eh?
And you just think about it, right? So you are, huh?
Who do you think it is? Your friendly neighbour Bertha? I'm just off.
I forgot my rubber gloves. I might have to spend half my life scrubbing other people's property, but I'm not going to ruin my hands doing it.
Fancy a quick cup of tea?
Oh, why not? I've earned it. Let 'em wait.
Right.
I'm just giving that Peter a piece of my mind.
Oh?
Oh, you should see him running around after Kathy with his tongue hanging out, just because Madam's deigned to come back amongst us. She'll only walk all over him just like she did before.
Now, Pauline, that's between them. Best for us to keep out of it.
Look, Peter's my brother, and what happens to him matters to me. I can't bear it seeing him sort of leaving himself wide open like some spaniel waiting to be kicked.
Come on, Kathy, doesn't hurt him for the sake of it. You're not being fair.
I don't feel like being fair. I know why she hasn't dared show her face round here, because she knows I couldn't stop myself from telling her what I think.
Now, look, Pauline, you were going on at me this morning about people jumping to conclusions about Colin. Don't you think you're doing the same thing?
That's different. Doc going around saying Colin's got AIDS is malicious gossip, but I've seen what Kathy's done to Pete over the last few weeks. She could have written to him, she could have rung him, but no. She just turns up when she feels like it and expects us all to be overjoyed.
No, she doesn't. We don't know what she thinks. Come on, give her a chance.
Why should I? I thought she was my mate and all, you know. I would have given her a fair hearing.
Oh, would you? Now, come on, Pauline, be honest. You've always put the bills first, even if you weren't twins.
Just whose side are you on?
I'm trying to tell you there are no sides.
That's it, isn't it, eh? You've always been taken in by her just because she's got a pretty face.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'll tell you something. I don't think it's got anything to do with Kathy or Doc Cotton, come to that. I think it's what's going on between you and Michelle that's upsetting you, and I think it's a bit off you won't tell me about it.
Oh, keep your tea. I'm going to work. See you later.
All right.
Tarpy, I'll settle up Friday, right? You do this overnight job. I want to see the colour of your money in my hand as soon as you get back, right?
Trust me, it's a cash job. It'll go back straight into the business, I promise.
Yeah, better.
Told you.
How long is it going to take you to drive to Scotland then?
I don't know, 5, 6 hours.
Oh, yeah?
You all right?
Yeah. Thanks for your letter. A long time since you wrote to me.
Yeah. It's easier sometimes than talking. I mean, I didn't want to find myself saying the wrong things, you know, like I usually do.
Something about your court case?
I'm on bail. But that's my problem, Kev. I mean, I brought that on myself.
Oh, sorry when I heard about it. I think you're right, you know, Pete. I suppose we do have a lot to sort out.
Yeah.
Look, why don't you come over to the pub? I don't really want to come to the flat, if you don't mind.
No. I'll take you out to dinner. Anywhere you like.
No. Well, not yet, anyway. Let's just take it slow, eh? Like we said.
Fine by me.
I'll ask Pat if it's all right. I'm sure it will be. See you.
Walking Rolly, and guess what? Arthur's forgotten to open up the community centre again. I mean, it's not right. That place should have a proper caretaker. I don't know what you lot would do without me. Oh, I've done double the op pot today. You know how well it goes. And another thing, I've a good mind to report that Mehmet. He's up to no good with them dogs. There'll be a dog fight somewhere. I'm not stupid. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's cruelty to animals.
Leave it out, Mum. You can't prove a thing, sweetheart.
And don't think I've finished with you yet, because I haven't. Not by a long chalk. Used cars, God, I thought we'd done with all that. Come on, you can help me carry through while we talk.
Well, I'll listen, you mean, Mum, don't you?
Wait, Mum.
Yeah?
How long's Kath going to be staying in my room?
As long as she wants. She's paying me rent, it's all settled.
Well, I ain't going to go and stay with little Ricky.
Oh, right, then you can find a place of your own.
Oh, like where and with what?
You can start saving up, Simon. There's other work you can do besides working behind bars.
Well, what are you having a go at me for?
It's for your own good, love. Look how well young Ian's doing. I mean, you're 20...
Free, Mum.
Yes. Isn't it time you seriously started thinking what you're going to do with the rest of your life?
Well, if it isn't the runaway wife, I heard you were back.
Donna, you look awful.
Oh, what a pity. Haven't you made Pete suffer enough yet? Have you come back to gloat over what you've reduced him to?
What's the matter with you?
I've got nothing to say to you. I'm actually better now, but it's no thanks to you.
Donna,
what did you ever do for me? Why don't you just clear off again? We don't want you round here.
Wait, Sharon, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at work?
If you say one word about why I'm not working or why don't I snap out of it or any of that sanctimonious stuff I keep getting from people, I'll pour me coffee on your head.
Oh, sorry.
Just wish people would get off my back. I've had it up to here with people giving me soppy looks and saying they know how I feel. Nobody knows how I feel. Well, I don't want to talk about it.
All right, point taken. Do you want a mint?
I don't think you can trust anyone over 30.
Well, I'd make it 23 if I was you. I've had it with being nagged and all.
Well, what you done?
Nothing. That's the trouble. My mother wants me to do something. I think I might shock her and go and join the Foreign Legion.
Do they take girls?
No.
Pity. Oh, there's Ian's party to look forward to, I suppose.
You're joking. He's having it at the cafe. He'll have us all standing around like lemons and posing.
What? I wonder about him sometimes.
Yeah, comparing lifestyles or something stupid.
Well, I think we should make a pact to seriously interfere with that, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, could you, Doc? I thought Colin was supposed to be a friend of yours.
Well, he is. It was only because I was so upset and concerned about him that I said anything.
Concerned? Call it concerned, go around telling people he's got AIDS?
Well, I only told a few friends, you know, wanted to help him. I mean, there must be something we can all do to ease his burden.
Yeah, well, the best thing you can do is to keep your big mouth shut. And anyway, how do you know? What proof have you got? Have you thought what it could do to his career? Supposing people stop giving him work, eh? There's enough ignorance about AIDS as it is every time you pick up a newspaper they're telling you something different.
Well, hang on a minute. I was given this information restricted of confidence. It was strictly between me and Dot.
Yes, I might have known.
Well, the last thing I wanted was for it to be spread all round the square.
Yeah? What'd you tell her for? You must have known she'd have it round in no time.
ain't fair, Pauline. I only told a few people.
It's funny, isn't it? Everything seems to come back to you. You've done nothing but tell lies ever since you've been round here. Well, you might have fooled her, but you've not fooled me. I think you get a kick out of hurting people.
You have no right to say that.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do, Doc Cotton. You can go round and try and repair the damage you've done by spreading her evil poison about. Actually, I might even tell Colin myself. I think you'd have good cause to sue you for slander. Excuse me.
Anything in the second post? I just don't understand it. Whatever's happened, he'd have written to me. After all, I'm all he's got round here. I mean, who else cares? The awful thing is, Shell, that, well, nobody even seems very interested anymore. Dennis Watts is missing, so what?
I care.
Oh, I know you do, but it ain't the same.
Look, the kettle's just boiled. Do you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. Hey, your mum wasn't half giving Donna what for in the laundrette. She reckons it was Donna that started the rumour off about Colin having AIDS. Bound to be a pack of lies.
Colin didn't have AIDS.
Yeah, but how'd you know? Oh, surgery.
There I go again. I shouldn't have said that, sorry.
Michelle, it's only me.
I know, but it's all supposed to be confidential. The trouble is, it's just so difficult sometimes.
Yeah, she's not worth getting into trouble over, the evil little cow.
I don't think I'm cut out for this surgery job, you know. Trouble is, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, me neither. All I really care about is what's happened to me dad. Oh, I know it's stupid. I mean, when did he ever really care what he did to me? But, oh, you know what I mean.
Sue, listen, just stop going on about it, OK? Just give it a rest. Mehmet's going to be here any moment.
I don't want Donna in this cafe anymore.
You just can't do things like that.
I don't like her.
I don't like her either. Who does, OK? But if you start doing that, we'll hardly have any customers left.
She's probably got AIDS.
Oh, come on. She doesn't take drugs anymore.
Well, she used to, didn't she? Who knows what she's got?
Listen, there's been enough nasty gossip, OK? We just had Doc come here apologising about spreading that rumour about Colin.
Yeah, and who started that then, eh? Donna.
Oh.
I'm sure she did that to take the heat off herself. I mean, it's the first thing I thought of. It stands to reason.
Now you're being hysterical.
No. First thing I thought of. The more I think about it, the more sure I am.
Come on, surely you don't think that.
I do.
Huh? You're just guessing. That's crazy.
She used to be a drug addict. You've only got to share a needle just the once. That's all it takes. And everybody knows she was sleeping with anybody. I mean, she used to go with any old bloke, Cindy said, just to get the money for her drugs. I don't want her in the cafe alley, and I don't want her near our baby.
OK, all right.
All set. Let's get going before the traffic.
Yeah, sure.
But Grizin isn't here yet.
She'll be here any moment, OK? And Charlie's coming over to do the late cab shift, all right? I'll see you tomorrow night. It's all organised, all right? OK?
Oh, hi, Kath. Sorry to make you jump. You look miles away.
Hello, love. I'll make you a cup of tea.
No, I'll do it. Bad news?
No, I was just reading a letter from Pete. It's weird getting a letter from somebody you've been married to for years.
Yeah, but I wouldn't exactly know about that one, would I?
No, of course you wouldn't. Sorry. I'm being a right pain, aren't I?
No, you're not. I like talking to you. I mean, you don't assume I'm only 15, I know nothing. My dad does. I mean, Michelle's pregnant at my age.
Well, that's hardly a recommendation, is it?
You wouldn't catch me like that, though. I mean, I'm not that stupid. You got married when you were quite young, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. That's all I wanted then.
Not what you want now, though, is it? I mean, you won't be leaving him.
No.
You're feeling guilty, aren't you, because of that letter? It was all the trouble he got in when you went away.
He's a nice man, though, Diane. That don't go away, no matter what. I don't want us not to be friends, but... Oh, I don't know.
But you don't want to spend the rest of your life with him, right? Well, I mean, why should you? When something's over, it's over, Kath.
I keep thinking that maybe I shouldn't have come back here. It only makes it worse for him.
It was much right to be here if that's what you want. I mean, you belong as much as he does.
Pat said I can have a room, you know, like permanent, bed and breakfast.
That's brilliant. I mean, you are going to say yes, aren't you? Oh, Kathy, you know, on Saturday night, do you think I'd bought that white lacy jumper?
You're not allowed out Saturday night.
I'll have got round him by then, please.
You should see that son of mine who's up there on that old lot hanging out bunches of balloons for when his cars arrive. Yeah, I blame myself sometimes for giving him that toy garage when he was 4 years old. He had it full of cars inside a week. Then I had to go all down the street giving them back to the kids he'd nicked them off. Sometimes I think they never grow up.
Thing, I know. And the last thing we need round here is more cars. We're choked on the fumes enough as it is.
I can remember when you could hang your washing out and it would stay white. Didn't have to come to places like this. Mind you, I still boil off my stuff. Don't get the germs out otherwise.
Hey, there you are, Mums. Hello, Pauline, darling.
Frank.
Mum, do you remember that bunting we used to have at the old place?
Bunting? Oh, you mean them little flags?
Yeah, that's it, when we was kids.
What do you mean, when?
Listen, you used to hang it across the road every time we had a street party. You didn't happen to bring it with you when you moved, did you? I've got to capture the punter's attention straight off, you know what I mean?
I'm up to here with telling people I'm not responsible for Donna.
If you see her, will you tell her to keep out of the cafe because I do not want any more trouble?
What's she supposed to have done now?
Sue has got it into her head that she thinks that Donna might have AIDS, and she's really...
What? You can't go around saying stuff like that.
And why not? It's exactly what Donna said about Colin. I heard it from Pauline Fowler.
This is all just gossip.
You are not kidding. I tell you, it's doing my head in. Anyway, it's all turning back on Donna, which serves her right, if you ask me. But what I'm really concerned about is that she doesn't upset Sue anymore, so please will you ask her to steer clear, all right?
Yes,
Thank you.
all right.
Oh, the project was great. They were so understanding. They really listened to me. I don't think anyone's ever really listened to me like that before. What's the matter? Why are you looking at me like that?
Why would you want people to think Colin had AIDS? It really is the pits. What's he ever done to you except try to help?
He went away. He let me down just like all the rest. Anyway, he might have for all I know.
I really thought you were getting better. All the help you've been getting off people. That don't just mean me. You've got Dot running around after you like you're a 5-year-old.
I am getting better. I'm clean now.
Yeah, you might be off junk, Donna, but you're just as much of a vicious, mixed-up little mess as you've ever been.
Well, I don't know what all the fuss is about. Why should you care about an old puff?
You've blown it, Donna. This time you have really blown it.
You might as well get off home now. I'll do the cashing up. You sure? Yeah. I've got to wait for Charlie to do the cabs anyway. You might as well go home early.
All right, so cheers.
I love
See you
you.
later.
See ya.
Is it
We're closed.
Sign says open.
I said we're closed. Don't touch him.
What's the matter with you? I wasn't going to touch a stupid fat baby.
Just get out of here, Donna. You're barred.
I think Ali might have something to say about that.
I think Ellie might agree with me. We don't want a dirty little cow like you in our cat.
But I've got things to say to you in private. About that precious husband of yours. I felt sorry for you up till now, so I've kept quiet while you were stuck at home like a lump, while all the while he's been sleeping with me. It serves you right for being frigid, doesn't it? What was a hot-blooded man like Ali to do, eh?
You're a vicious little liar, Donna.
I can prove it. I've got dates, times, places. I've got it all written down, and you're going to listen to me whether you like it or not, because everything I'm going to tell you is true.